Okay. And we need to... Omega. Need that password. Okay. And, oh. Um, why won't this? Maybe it's okay. Lower. Oh my god. Okay, so we are in. Holy Jesus. Okay. Hello, guys. We are late. Right now, we have Gloria at Mortem versus the Goon Squad, and we are loading up into this game, I believe. Oh, we are unqueued from spectating. Okay. Is there a disconnect? Yeah, there was a disconnect. Okay. Okay. Hey, Red.
Why, good evening.
How you doing?
Oh, I just got back from work, sitting down. I hear, "Hey, can anybody cast this set?" I'm like, "Let's do this thing."
Yeah, I completely forgot that anything was even going on. Um, my work has even enough trouble trying to get me to answer emails, let alone my friends here on Discord trying to get me to keep track of Discord messages. So, uh,
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Ah, excellent.
Create new.
Microphone, check, check. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Much better.
Excellent.
Okay, yep. I had to add um, I had to add to the break screen your audio and my audio. So
Ah, okay.
yeah, I used the picture you gave me.
Excellent.
Beware the Quacken.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, yeah, I was planning on going to get sushi, but okay. So I'm gonna throw on some music while we are waiting. Oh,
Sounds good.
oh, oh, we are in picks and bands. If you want to go ahead and take it ta- take it away, I will be back in just a little second.
Alrighty. So, welcome everybody to set number 2 for this Thursday night. I am Red Sniper 23. Joining me tonight is Hercules the man himself. And so we did have a DC in our last setup here, so they're just picking their gods, and we're gonna go from here. Um, just to let you know, Poe underscore little tink there, that is actually Neptune. He unfortunately is still waiting on his computer to actually rise from the dead somehow. So waiting on that. But other than that, here's what we're looking at. We got a Danzaboru, Apollo, Tsukiyomi, Jingchen, and King Arthur over on the side of, I believe that's Goon Squad. Um, and then on the other side, we have Omega Bulldog, Atticus,
Okay, okay.
Sacrificial Pit,
I
Cyber, and
appreciate it. No
Rye
problem.
with the Gloria et Mortem. Looks like we're going to have an on her Sobek lane, Sacrificial Pit on his
All right.
signature Agni, Omega on the Cucullin, great team fighting presence over in the solo lane, and Pele Cyber in the jungle. So everybody's locked in. Everybody's getting ready to go. This one looks spicy. I hope you guys are ready for some good action. Here we go. Gloria et Mortem versus Goon Squad in the Quack and Smite League, week number 4. This is game number 1. Yeah,
And I am back.
excellent.
Need to pull up my Twitch chat. Um, shoot. There we go. Okay. Uh, I'm definitely expecting this to be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Omega is super comfortable on this Cullen pick, and I'm getting. I like Atticus picking up the Sobek. He freaking terrorized my team with Erlang support with Death Toll,
Mm-hmm.
and while it's not uh what's the word I'm looking for? It's another word for typical.
It's not the expected
Yeah.
pickup.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There's another good word for it. Yeah, just and they got so much early pressure off that pick
Mm.
that it just went it just went south very quickly.
Now, the question I have on this one is on the side of Goon Squad, our red or our chaos side right now, that looks like a lot of physical damage. So, I mean, building against that is going to be pretty effective for the side of Gloria at Mortem. That is a Danza and an Apollo. Both are very, very strong. Apollo with the global ult. Danzaboru, again, very good right now. Can use it both as an escape. Can also do some massive damage with the rocket there, but allowing him also to get into fights very quickly. Jing Chen, of course, the washing machine, able to toss people and is a very good beads burner. But I mean, Cucullin, King Arthur, kind of expected in the solo lane. Where do you think the mid lane is going to be here?
I think it's gonna be Apollo mid. Uh, but I do want to touch up something that you did mention. Like they're very physical heavy. With Poe being on the Jing, give me one good reason why they should build magic defense.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
mean,
give me one good reason.
uh, I
There's
mean, other
there's
than
nothing.
yeah, I mean, other than okay, the Jing is going to be able to poke you, but the Jing doesn't want to poke you. The Jing wants to blink into you and spin to win.
Yeah,
It doesn't. He's not going to just sit at. He's not going to sit at you, and he's not going to poke you over and over. It's just literally going to be an all-out physical fight. I would be building physical defense
yeah,
with as many auras as I possibly could if I was Gloria at Mortem at this point.
yeah, and that's exactly why I'm gonna give game one to Gloria. Goon Squad has way too much physical power. All this Cucullin is gonna have to build up is just straight up yeah, exactly, Splooge. Sav first item, like Cucullin builds all physical
Hmm.
defense, and you're not gonna be able to kill the Sobek. You're not gonna be able to kill the Cucullin,
Yep.
and and just that also I think limits the builds that each team can do or that a
Hmm.
goon squad can do because they're gonna have to build up straight penetration.
Hmm.
And you get an XE. You can buy an XE on Dansborough and Apollo and be fine with it because you're gonna need all the pen you can get in the world. And just I just don't see this kind of comp if it in the mid to late game doing well. It could be fine early, but I just don't think it's going to be something to brag about mid late game.
No, I completely agree with you, especially when you get to that full item build area. It's going to be very, very difficult for this team to be able to lay down the damage they need to. Even running double hunters, even running a Tsukiyomi, even running a King Arthur. Okay, there's a little bit of CC. Okay, granted, you're playing the range game. I get that. But at the same time, I'm still scratching my head going, guys, you need magical damage. You need some other angle to come at because right now you're not going to be able to just bull rush Gloria at Mortem down to their Titan.
Yeah,
It's not going to work that way.
I agree. Like if Cucullin and Sobek build the way they should, mid guardian male, Witchblade, and
Hmm.
get a horrific emblem in there somewhere, slow their speed down, slow their attack speed down. Just I feel like this comp from Goon Squad can get countered a little easily.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Kind of wondering what's going on with the spectator here as
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering the
the
same thing.
countdown has gone down.
Yeah, still loading in.
Yeah, zero. We've just been talking about that for about the last 2 or 3 minutes here. Um, that's a lot of physical, and your only magical is the Jing Chen. That's ugh. I mean that's rough. That is gonna be rough.
Should I back out and go back into spectating? Or
Yeah, you can try because it looks like it bugged for us.
should I just wait it out? Think I should back out and go back in?
At this point, I would because there's no countdown timer. There's nothing. So And if
Okay.
they have already started, we can begin at the beginning of the game. It's just going to be a
Okay.
little longer for us. So, little technical difficulties. Remember, Smite is a perfect game. No spaghetti code whatsoever. Just,
Okay.
bear with us as we're trying to figure this out.
Okay. It's gonna make me close out Smite altogether. Cool.
Expected, right?
Which I think is a little weird, but it's fine. Hopefully they put low spectate mode on. That might have been the issue.
It's claiming that they're in game right now, so
Okay. Not a big deal. Spectate Atticus. Boom. Spectate match. Okay, we're loading in. We're not that far behind. We can
excellent.
we can always fast forward it too if we absolutely have to.
Yeah, they've been in game for about 7 minutes at this point.
Wow. Okay. So we are going to rush to get our game going here.
Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties, but such is the wonders of Smite. Yeah, Spectator isn't always exactly perfect, and we are doing the best we can. So, yes, okay. Pretty expected start of the game so far. Nothing too crazy. No level 2 ganks here, just kind of working its way into lane. Yeah, this one ought to be interesting. It is a Jing, with the Danza here, or sorry, with the Apollo here. Danza is actually our mid laner, so it is a Danza mid Apollo ADC. But I don't think Apollo has the early game pressure against an on her that they're really gonna need. And Soul Laner's doing. Ooh, we do have a battle going on in the Soul Laners, as close but not enough to pick up. As Ori is just gonna be able to get away and heal up a bit. Again, flirting with the life bar.
Meaty Man in the chat says there's nothing wrong with for physical comp. I don't understand why everybody thinks it's taboo. Just Meaty Man, the only reason why I think it's not great is because Poe on the Jing I don't think is going to be able to put out enough magic damage for it to make up for them having 4 physicals. I just don't think it's gonna be something good.
Gank over in the solo lane, and Inori's going to pick up the first kill onto Omega Bulldog.
They had a really good boxing match in the solo lane, and Inori had to come over and ruin it. Very unfortunate for Omega. He's got to be a little upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, you do have to be a little bit more understanding as... I mean, you do have a ward. You need to put it down. I know it's early in the game, but there's no wards down, so...
Yeah. You got a free one. You gonna afford to use it. I do want to point out builds really quick from pun install as opposed to Rye. Rye.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Rye has
this is an interesting one.
Yeah, Rye has gone the Death's Toll with tier 1 going into Gauntlet, while Pun install has opted to go in the Hunter's Cowl into into tier 1 of Gauntlet. The only real big difference being not necessarily the sustain as far as health, but with Destil you get that nice mana regen, or I should say, would you consider that a regen at that point?
It's it's a semi-regen. The only issue now is they've quote-unquote fixed Death Toll, so you're not proccing on practically everything around you.
Yes.
So it's not as efficient or not as effective as it previously was. So you're gonna need to be judicious in how you're hitting things. That also means that Rye is probably feeling on her that he can be aggressive into pun installs Apollo here, to be able to proc that enough. As again, a good fight here in the solo lane, going back and forth. Cucullin getting the better of the King Arthur just a little bit.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, and there in the mid lane, Ori is going to pick up Inori is going to pick up Sacrificial Pit in the mid lane. That is going to be our, I believe that's our first blood, isn't it?
Nope. Second kill.
Oh, that was our second.
And
that is mutually assured destruction over in the solo lane, as King Arthur and Cucullin both will fall. Oh, the ult comes out from the on her. Inori was getting decided he was going to take some farm there in the mid lane, and nope, Rai was just over there in time, looking over at oracles, and picks up the quick kill. So again, very even at this point.
I had something to say, but all that action happened and I completely forgot. Like 4 kills happened within 10 seconds of each other, and I literally forgot everything. Okay. One thing I would maybe like to see out of the Cucullin is if I know he rushed boots and he's going into that Stone of Gaia. I'd really like to see him pick up a mannequin. I think a mannequin could actually be really good into this comp, considering all the auto attack damage that is coming out of Goon Squad right now.
We have some more action happening here in the solo lane. Again, a 2 for 0 as Ori and Inori will fall. Yeah, this one is just getting good, man. It's not quite a fiesta yet, but it is definitely approaching that.
Oh, okay. Okay. How do we get rid of all this again? Is it P? No, it is not P.
No, it's O.
Nope. Gets rid
No,
of health
O
bars.
is the bars.
Is it N? How do we get?
And again, Cyber picking up another kill on the Pele.
Okay. Okay, it's back to normal. Yay!
Yay, back to normal.
Okay.
Again, about 8 minutes in, Gloria at Mortem with a 2-kill lead. Yeah, very interesting right now. So again, Apollo opting going into boots 1 was a little bit later on getting his full Devos, but oh! And there is Cyber again with the Pele getting pun install. Goodbye. Have some gray screen. Apollo heads back to the fountain. As it stands right now, the real difference maker has been this Pele 3-0-1, been able to effectively switch between lanes, and there has been some great work. As some more CT comes in, Tsukiyomi is there, and a little bit more damage coming out. Are they going to be able to? Yes, they will pick up Omega once again. And we can see this right now, that the strengths are in two separate areas. You can see the solo lane advantage trying to be used as effectively as possible by Goon Squad. They think that they can bully Omega a little bit here, and they are attempting to do so, and Nori has spent a lot of time over there. Again, more damage onto the Sobek, but that is going to be a Nori falling. So the turnaround, what looked like it was going to be a good kill onto Atticus, means Inori is going to fall. And now Poe's in trouble here. Goodbye. That's the double kill for Sacrificial Pit.
A monument to my opulence.
Right now, moving over into the duo lane. If Rise Rise I think has a little bit. Actually, man, it's hard to tell. So I think Untitled has a little bit more of the boxing potential. He's got the tier 2 boots and he's got 26 stacks. I don't know if 43 stacks on the Gauntlet of Thieves counteracts enough power and lifesteal to be able to box back into the Apollo.
With the death toll, if it is one-on-one, it is going to be pretty effective into an Apollo.
15 power.
Even though the attack speed is going to be there, it's only 10 on the boots because it's only boots 2 right now.
Yeah. So right now, right is ahead on with Death's Toll and Gauntlets at 52 stacks. Then Pun Install is at 32 stacks and tier 2 boots. Got it.
Correct. And as long as he's using the obelisk, the sands around the obelisk and the leap effectively, he's going to be very effective in a boxing contest and has some very strong kill potential. Speaking of kill potential, goodbye Neptune. That is going to be Cyber picking up another kill in the mid lane here. That is just the name of the game. Cyber doing work 4-0-1 on this Pele, and is really just being a thorn in the side of Goon Squad at this point, as the ult comes out by the King Arthur. Again, back and forth. Goodbye. See you later. That's Bulldog seeing gray screen one more time. The 1 and 4 Cucullin again, as Pele does drop low. Cyber getting low. The blink comes in. The pluck is missed. Cyber's going to fall to Inori now, and Inori's got a double kill.
Yeah, that was an amazing blink coming from Inori to be able to pick up the kill onto Cyber. Yeah, we can see, or do we see? Nope. Now we see that the wards on the map. That is my fault there.
Mm-hmm.
I love typing on the screen. Gloria has some pretty good ward coverage. I love the high wards on the Goon Squad side of the map. I think those are the most important spots you can have right now as far as ward coverage. That and the entry into mid lane from the right.
Mm-hmm. Right now is really interesting looking at the ADC builds, as you pointed out before. It looks like they are mirroring each other. Oh, Big Bops is going to fall to Cyber once again. And that is going to be a lot of damage out of the Jing. Finally, Neptune will fall. The ultimates will come out. Pit is going to get the kill on the Agni. And that is 11-6 now in favor of Gloria and Mortem. And they are going to turn and shift over for a potential Gold Fury here. Again, that just... Oh, it hasn't been huge things. We haven't seen the big team fight yet. We haven't seen the multiple pickups yet. What we've seen is little by little advantage here, little advantage there, and they've snowballed it into a Gold Fury with 5k XP difference and 3,800 gold difference. And most of that difference comes on her, as Sacrificial Pit is going to fall by the hands of Inori. Good job there on the Tsukiyomi to dive the tower, getting the kill to try and pull back a little bit here. But again, looking at our level differences, remember we had a 5k XP difference in favor of Gloria at Mortem. It's now down around 3,600. As Pun Install is going to fall by the hands of Cyber as a gank happens over in the duo lane.
Oh, whoops.
And Bulldog is going to fall to the hands of Ori as well. So again, those gaps are narrowing, and we see the advantage in solo lane being pressed. Right now, jungle is fairly even, but look at the other two laners, the mid lane and the duo lane. That's where your difference is right now. A 3-2-2 Agni and a 1-0-1 on her. That's a 2-level lead in both, actually 3 now for the Agni. And that is just going to be effectively, as this game progresses, it's going to be a snowball. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to use that, as Honor is going to get jumped on, the Aegis comes out, the Beats comes out, the ults are going to come out, and that is going to be on her coming out of the game and headed back to the fountain. Sacrificial Pit is going to pick up one on the back side, however, so it ultimately will be a 1-for-1, but Atticus is going to fall as well, and Nori is going to get picked up by Sacrificial Pit, and that is the Agni going to try to run away from both a Danza and a Jing Chen. Jing and Danza are going to attempt to pick up this Scorpion here, but
Wow, hold on a second.
it looks like the Agni's gonna pick up the
He
buff.
got the speed buff, and they literally let him run back there. They didn't bother chasing him, but they didn't think that he would go all the way over to the yellow buff and just be like, you know what, I'm taking this, by the way.
And Pele pushed the mid too, so they got the tier 1 mid tower as well.
I think you're a little ahead of me.
I'm ahead of you?
Are you running your own spectator mode?
No, I'm not. I'm watching the stream right now.
Okay, good, because I don't say it. They did. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of freaking Gloria's for tier 1. I was like, oh my god, I was like, what in the world am I thinking? I was like, what? Gloria has all their tier 1s?
Good morning, Hercules. How are you doing?
I am okay. And
the spin to win only picks up a Sobek, and it's not really going to matter as he's going to dive down. Sacrificial Pit is going to be sacrificed, though, as Nori's going to pick up his 7th kill of the game. And there's Cyber's 7th, keeping up with, with a Nori. Again, back and forth. The ults come out, the abilities come out. And that is Inori coming out. Gray screen for you, kind sir. And that is going to be a 2-for-1 so far in this extended fight. Inori down, Neptune down, Sacrificial Pit also down on the side of Gloria Mortem. That is 4 strong in the mid lane for Gloria. Mortem, the on her beads being used there.
Ah, nice impale.
Beautiful impale and the pluck. Goodbye, Theodanza. Ooh, a good jump in. The engage is there, but let's see where the follow-up is going to be, as Jing is going to take a few there. Apollo is going to get out through the Phoenix. Pele wants that kill so much. 1 HP left! And that is going to be Apollo hanging on by the skin of his teeth. But Pele is not going to be so lucky. Cyber, see you later. Inori picks up the kill in the backside of the mid lane.
Yeah. In return, Gloria is just going to go ahead and pick up a quick Fire Giant Scorpion and keep it rolling. Let's take a look at gold and XP again. So they're just past the 6K gold lead. They're above 10,000 XP lead. So all that, most of that XP, I gotta say, is in the support, carry, and mid. The junglers, the junglers and the solo laners are pretty much even. Let's look at net worth. So, unfortunately, Pun Install is at the Pun Install and Big Bops are just towards the bottom. Not exactly where you want your carries to be in net worth for this game. It's going to be a little rougher for them getting back in.
Absolutely. Your hunters are going to be dependent, reliant on their items, and right now their items are I mean, they're building efficiently right now. 4 full items right now in on the favor, I should say 4 full items for Rye right now. However, only 3 full items and then a tier 2 spear for the Apollo. Your Danza, however, is the one that's suffering more often than not, as he does have, as Gloria does pick up the pyro. He does have the evolved hands. It's alright. Well, Gloria picks it up, and Gloria really didn't pick it up. It was the Pele that picked it up on that right side there. But he does have the evolved trans. He does have his ninja tabby and the Aussie in there. But again, going for the tier 2 spear, and is still behind a lot in gold, as 3 full items. Oh
my gosh!
Plus a tier 2 obsidian, it looks like, for the sacrificial pit.
Do you see what Honor's doing? He's attacking the Primal Fury, getting the golden bow procs on the people around him.
Yep.
Even though it doesn't do damage.
It doesn't do damage to the Gold Fury, but it's the big brain play, man.
Yeah.
It's the big brain play.
Because
by the way, Apollo's doing the same thing, as Sobek's gonna get caught out. That's 5 collapsing onto the crocodile, and Atticus is going to fall. Ult coming out for King Arthur. He's going to try to spin to win. Not going to be able to get much, but Inori on the ult will pick up Cyber. And that is a 2 quick kills. Poe does get out of there, as the Danza shows up, as does the Cucullin. Goodbye, Rye. See ya, Omega. And what was a 2 for, well, little, is now a 4 kill swing in favor of Goon Squad. It looks like they are going to pick up this Primal Fury, with Sacrificial Pit being the only one there to contest, and he is going to get zoned out by the King Arthur.
Yep. What started off that fight was
but Ori getting very low.
What started off that fight was Atticus goes in for the pluck, but runs into, I don't remember exactly who it was, but they beats the pluck, which literally puts Atticus completely out of position, and they just literally blow him up right there.
Yep, and it was just that one thing that set up the entire team fight, because now instead of 5-on-5, you're fighting 5-on-4, and it just right there.
Yeah, and it's not that Gloria can't win a 4v5 fight. It's going to be that much tougher. And because of that fight, they've taken a big swing in gold and XP back towards the even mark. Yeah, Meaty, I don't know why they didn't go fire. That might have been a good call. They had a 4 down. Instead of going gold, they could have gone fire. Could have been a good call. I agree with you. So, Danza so far doesn't have a starter item. I am definitely interested to see what he is planning on doing.
Yeah, it would be interesting if he does pick up as the Tsukiyomi ult does come out, but it's not going to land. I think it'd be interesting if he picks one up now. I don't think he should. If he picks one up, it's because he's trying to look for something in particular. But I don't really see what he's looking for with this build right now. He's got damage, he's got percentage, he's got pen. Oh, as we do have a big team fight here, Atticus is going to fall, as does Neptune. Cyber is going to be the next one to drop by the hand of the Danzaburo. King Arthur blinks forward, looking for the Capellan, gets stunned. Finally, the King Arthur is going to fall. Sacrifice Pit will also go down. Big bops, you coming in. That is Rye falling as well. And that is the Dia side for Goon Squad. They have 3 men alive. Neptune is going to pop up right now. That is 4 men alive. 40 seconds left on Ori. And that is a lot of death timers on the side of Gloria at Mortem.
Yeah. That is
I don't know.
This
could be that's a big swing. That is a very big swing. 2k advantage of gold, 4,500 advantage in XP right now. Although the XP advantage is going to be less and less important as we do near that 20 level cap. That is just crazy. And here's the thing. As we have all level 20s on our damage dealers and our carries for Goon Squad, the biggest difference is that support. Now level 18 on the Sobek, 13 for the Xing Chen. That is the big head scratcher for me, to be honest. That Xing Chen is 06 and 7.
Yeah.
And is running for his life more often than not.
Yeah. One thing that I would suggest for him to do is he just say, Inori, you're level 20, I'm level 13. Just take me through 5 runs into the jungle and get me XP wherever I can, because he can't clear camps on his own. So so basically they have Fire Giant right now. So obviously they push the towers that they can, because he just has to be there. But once Fire Giant has worn off and he gets maybe a level or 2 out of this push, like, they're defending tier 2. They shouldn't be defending tier 2. They need to back it up. I don't know why they're waiting. They could send King Arthur or Xing in there. I think he would be just fine.
And it's 4 on 5 right now. 4 in the lane. You got Tsukiyomi off on the side there.
Yeah. I don't know why they're waiting. They're wasting their Fire Giant. Come on, guys. Get aggressive. What are we waiting for?
I mean, Gloria is more than happy to just sit here and let that Fire Giant buff tick.
Yeah, they're
get rid of the advantages, get rid of the buffs.
They're relaxing right now. They don't care. I don't understand why they're waiting. There we go. Go. There we go. That's all you needed. Now you can back out if you really want to. King Arthur's almost
that King
dead.
Arthur's very, very low. I think I know what was going on there, and it was probably that the King Arthur was supposed to lead that charge because he was the one that's at level 20. You have a level 13 Jing Chen, now 14 Jing Chen. Trying to lead that charge, that is a death sentence for him.
Yeah, I get it. But with
But at the
with
time-
Fire Giant, I expect Jing to maybe go in there, pop an ult. Just he can at least die for the cause.
Even if you have to fall for that, you fall for the sake of a tower. You initiate the team fight, you burn beads, you do what you have to, and then on the back end, maybe you pick up a Phoenix at that point,
Yeah.
and you still have enough Fire Giant buff to pick up a Phoenix, to push a team fight, something else. Maybe you disengage, heal up a little bit, and then go for the next objective. But they don't have that anymore, and now Omega falls, and now what was a little bit of an advantage is now a greater advantage, and now you need to push that advantage as the Fire Giant buff now wears off.
Yeah.
So when you had it, now you don't. Sobek gets in, gets the pluck, the Jing Chen comes out, damage comes down, but that is a tank crocodile. And that is going to be Cyber picking up another kill. There's another one for the Honor and another one for the Apollo. Pun Install picks up his 4th kill of the game. This is just abject craziness at this point.
I have a theory. I understand why everybody loves Sundering Axe. And here's my hot take of the game. Screw Sundering Axe. Why not Hero's Axe? You have Omega who has a knockup. You have Cyber who has a knockup. Sacrificial that has a stun. Atticus has a pluck and a knockup. Rai has an impale and a knockup. So much CC that can trigger a Hero's Axe that might give your teammates enough of a shield to survive an engagement.
I don't disagree with that, as Gloria at Mortem starts up the Fire Giant now. And let's see. As nope, Goon Squad is going to be wise to this. They are going to try and engage. Everybody leaves the pit. As Kakullan getting dove onto by the Apollo ultimate. And they're just going to run away. Ooh! But getting caught out is Cyber, and Nori's going to be on a rampage now. That Tsukiyomi just bounces backwards, forwards, and upside down. The on her ult does come out. The Jing ultimate does come out as well. Oh boy, here we go. A lot of damage. Is that Sobek gonna survive?
Oh, the blade!
He should not, but he is! There it is! Uninstall is going to go on a rampage. Come on!
Man.
Big Pups is gonna pick up another one!
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? That's Sobek. Should have been dead to rights. Dead to rights. That's the 3rd time he's survived like that. He's dove in. The ultimate tank. And it just doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And now Goon Squad pushing forward.
It's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Cyber's gonna pick up 2, or he's gonna pick up another one. Sacrificial Pit picks up Pun Install. Is it gonna be enough?
Oh!
No, they defend! Sacrificial Pit with the D aside! And that is 36 seconds of nobody from Goon Squad being on the map, and an absolute breath away from taking down Gloria at Mortem's Titan. So close!
Give us some more F's in the chat.
Yeah, there you go, F in the chat. Oh man. The only one left is this Agni. This tiny little Agni. And he shows up and is bigger than life.
And Otter
Wow.
soloing the fire giant. He won't quite have enough damage to do it by himself, but with Cucullin, he might have enough. Why are you backing up? Okay, he's gonna reset it to Cucullin, and they might have enough damage to do this by himself, but they can't afford to get too many more knockouts from the fire giant. Jing's coming in though.
Oh, here comes Jing. As the Apollo gets onto the Anhur's got to jump away. That is a lot of damage onto that cat. The ult's gonna come out. Cucullin also expends his, as the Apollo's gonna get picked up as well. There goes Pun and Stall. Cyber with another kill, and that's gonna be Omega falling. Neptune falls, and Rise gonna fall there.
Double kill.
And there goes Cyber as well. So that is ultimately a 3 for 2 in favor of Goon Squad.
Telly said the Titan fragged out. The MVP is the Titan. Splooge names MVP the Titan. I love it.
Oh man.
Oh, nice stun.
Beautiful stun there. The Titan is back under attack. Let's see, are they going to be able to get it done? There it is! That's the game. Gloria at Mortem falls. Goon Squad takes game 1 of set number 2 here in week 4 of Quack of the Smite League. What a game. What a game.
Well, Goon Squad definitely proved me wrong there. They definitely proved me wrong. We take those.
Did you had Gloria going 2-0 on this one, maybe?
Yeah. No. I had them at least taking this game.
That's true.
Because I was talking about how I didn't like Goon Squad's team comp, but what was really good was a Pun install being real clutch with those Apollo ults, and just I felt like there were some really good engagements coming from Ori and Pun install and Inori to be able to put him down.
Yeah, no, I thought that was excellent. To be honest, overall, I thought the skills that we saw from Gloria at Mortem maybe were a little better on the individual side, but when it came to the team fighting, when it came to the overall comp, when it came to pushing objectives effectively, when it came to fighting as a team rather than a bunch of individuals, it definitely looked like the advantage went over to Goon Squad. And I don't know if it's just because they know or that they've played together a little bit more, or if they've scrimmed together a little bit more, but Gloria at Mortem didn't look as good as I've seen them previously.
Oh wow, we're going right
and
back
we're
into
going
this.
to go right back. We're going to go right into game 2. They're not waiting for us. They're not talking to us. We got 3 bans on the board. We got it going on already. Pun install is going to have his Apollo again. Omega now on the tier, and Erlang picked up by Atticus and Nori on the Ao Kuang. Our bans are the Giannis, the Scylla, and the Tiamat. That's right, Tiamat is actually available now this week for our competitors to use, and that is going to be a Guan, a Danza, and the Set ban coming out by Gloria at Mortem. Achilles locked in by the Big Bops. Yeah, this one. Okay, so Achilles into tier. I like that actually. I like that a lot.
That's totally an Erlang support, as I said at the beginning of the stream. Atticus is going to take this Erlang support, and he's going to go Death's Toll, and he is just going to stun you until you're. He's going to stun you until the end of time.
Wait, what? What? You're saying this is an Erlang Cupid duo lane?
It is. I will bet gems on it.
I'm almost willing to take you up on that, but I am so scared.
NMR, you're in the chat. Take my bet. Come on, man. Put your gems where your mouth is. Even though you didn't give an opinion, I want to be right.
And there is Thothban coming out.
And a Tiamat ban.
Hercules ban. Hercules ban.
I'm kind of digging the Tiamat ban.
Yeah, I like the Tiamat ban as well. Sobek being taken off the table. They don't want to give it to Neptune there. So yes, by the way, NMR, it is Neptune there using Poe's account right now. Unfortunately, Neptune's computer is still in the Great Beyond. We are trying to get it out. Yeah, trying to resurrect that PC as Morrigan going to be our final ban of game number 2. And that's Merlin picked up. He better change that skin. But, and looks like Ori's he is going to hover the on her again. And that is going to be locked in. So we have double hunters running one more time for our resident goon squad here.
They must like that auto attack type of comp.
Yep.
Alquang.
And Alquang I think is great. Remember when we were talking about we didn't know what was going to happen with the 4 physical hunter or the 4 physical makeup? We were a little concerned about that. Ow is a perfect counter for that. And
yes.
Nori on the Ow does great, and Changa is very strong right now. I think that is also a good pickup. It does give the Merlin to the other side. Wait, Loki.
Loki coming out. Oh no.
Troll. Absolute troll.
I think it's hilarious how much flack Loki gets. I think that's the one thing I learned about when I started playing Smite is just how much people hate Loki.
and it is 100% and completely justified too.
I think Hi-Rez did that on purpose.
The 2 characters that I am not the biggest fans of are Izanami and Loki. Why? Because you have an invisibility in your kit.
Oh, I hate invisibility so much. I'm one of those people that really thinks invisibility should be kept out of the game.
I have no problem if you become a little token. I don't care if you become something that is very difficult to see, but don't make it invisible.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. I will take it. I'll take it with me to the grave. I think invisibility is stupid, and I think it needs to be gone.
I mean,
I hate it so much. Hate it so much.
I mean, I sort of understand the Morrigan thing where she's got a dummy that runs off. I sort of get, like Nuaz. I understand Nuaz or Discordias because there is a range that they could be in. But it's not like they can go willy-nilly.
Yeah.
This is I'm going to be invisible for the next 5 seconds. Who knows where I could be?
Yeah, no. Take a good guess.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, you're going to find out when I sink the knife into your back.
I hate it so much. So I just totally realized that Neptune is on the Achilles, and support Achilles. And look, I called it Death's Toll Erlang support.
You don't know how upset I am with you right now.
I freaking hate it too.
Oh man, it's like to be honest, it is up there on my troll list with the mannequin Sylvanas. That is one of those things that I just cannot stand.
Yeah, And
I understand it. I get why it works. I just don't want it to work.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate that it's a thing. And I hate that Atticus makes it a thing, and he's good with it too.
Yeah.
But something a little weird that we have coming out. We have an Achilles support, but on the other side we have an Apollo solo.
I'm in favor of that. I am totally in favor of that. And you know why? 'Cause when I started playing this game, I was an Apollo solo main.
Oh man.
So I am all over that one. I have no issues with the Apollo solo.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart bomb comes out. That is just something I can't stand. You have you have a stupid heart bomb with the pin from Erlang Shen over and over and over again. That is just going to be annoying, flat out annoying.
Oh yeah.
But I do like the Apollo into the tier. I like that. I like that a lot. And that is going to be very annoying for that tier. That is going to be an Omega Bulldog that is going to be running for his life constantly. Because it's literally just poke, 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 poke.
Loki's coming in. He's invisible. He's behind the Changa. But he's just gonna path very secretly behind him.
I was gonna say, he doesn't have much health. If he shows up behind that Chang'e, you might just accidentally die. But instead he's going to try to take away that camp. Ooh, is he gonna get spotted out? No, he's not going to. But we do have First Blood! That is going to be Rai picking it up in the duo lane. Goodbye to the Achilles here.
Yeah. First blood or first blooded.
And again, that is the newcomer Neptune getting caught out just a little bit.
Yeah. And in exchange for winning that engagement, they now get themselves a purple buff.
Yep. In con much.
I'm glad somebody gets it.
Mm.
I watch Incon almost every morning at 8 a.m.
Set up. Again, Atticus getting very low, but he's gonna heal up. Bulldog, look at that! Again, the poke from this Apollo is just gonna be more and more and more annoying. And again, the dash in, the stun's gonna come out, Mesmer, and that is going to be a dead Bulldog. Goodbye tier, as the first kill comes out for this Apollo in the solo lane. If you could actually do me a favor, Herc, and the
switch
names over there.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, it's U, A, or D. Okay, so U. There, it is U. Okay.
It is you. It is you!
Dreo says in the chat, if you guys don't focus 99% of the stream onto me Sunday when I'm playing, I'm unfollowing the channel. We can't lose Dreo. We're gonna have to do something.
Well, Dre, here's what I'm gonna tell you. Get good, son. Because if you want it, you can have it. But you better do stuff that is gonna force me to do so. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I love you, man. Alright, but it looks like Loki is going to pick up his first kill. And again, the stabbing in the back! As you see little knives come out, as Cyber is going to pick up Inori. Oh boy, I just
Despise that. It hurts so much.
and oh, look at that! Look at that! Uninstall, being a troll. You want to fake back? Full fine. I'm gonna take your fake back and just,
Kill her,
you
yeah.
know, and hit you with the obelisk. Cause yeah. Oh man.
wow.
We got a fight happening over here in the mid lane. Atticus is going to fall as well as Neptune. And Nori's going to get a double kill. And that is going to be 3 quick kills for Goon Squad. Now up 4-3 in the kills department. But man, and bringing a mage in a duo, cool enough. We'll see what mage. But yeah, it could be. It could be.
If it's not Thoth, I'm not watching.
If it's Freya or if it's Soul, you have my attention. I'm waiting to see Freya become a meta thing again. And Apollo just dancing back and forth as here comes the Loki. He's going to be able to dash away for the time being. Ults are going to come out, the beans are going to come out, but that is going to be one dead Apollo. Goodbye. See you later in about 20 seconds.
There probably wasn't much worth in throwing your beads out. You're more than likely dead anyway.
Yep.
Something to think about, in my opinion. There, like, you're probably dead. You can save your beads for later.
At least guild leader is a higher level than Atticus.
Guild leader. Guild.
So just to let you guys know, NMR and Brownside, that is not Poe playing. That is Neptune playing. Neptune's computer is still beyond the grave right now, and we are trying to get it back. But for the time being, he is playing on Poe's account. So sorry to disappoint, as we have this fight now in the mid lane, and that is going to be a dead Chang'e, and that is going to be a return kill on Sacrificial Pit. But ooh, as the Execute's going to come out too, as Atticus is going to fall, and that's going to be a 2-for-1. So shake my head. Never mind then. Yep, I just letting you guys know, because I know how much you love Poe. I know how much that that you're just surprised to see her doing this. Well, sorry, it's not what you think. Gank comes out over in the solo lane, and again, Ori is gonna fall.
It's the
And
Loki
again,
ult.
It's the Loki ult, but I'm scratching my head again. You're in the solo lane. You have an advantage. You're pushing up, but where's the wards, man? Where's the wards? You can punish the tier. I have no problem punishing the tier. I have no problem working with that, but you have vision. And that Loki is going to eat you for breakfast every single time you do it.
Yeah.
Just like we saw.
Yeah. That's very, very, very unfortunate. Because now, I gotta mix these gads up. I'm sorry about this. Now they're all lined up correctly. Thankfully though, he said he's still even with the tier. I
mean, he's even with the tier, but to be honest, the way it's been playing, I mean, look at the items he has right now. Death Toll, as Omega's gonna fall again, right there, with the Always help, but Death Toll, a Devos that is about half stacked. It'll be stacked pretty soon. And then you have a Ninja Tabby. You need to have enough of an advantage in the early game, because he's going to be able to build that physical protections on himself eventually, as the Witchblade is also going to come out now. But and there it goes, pops again on that Chang'e. That is the second time we've seen that Chang'e get caught out like that. And oh, come on! This Atticus is gonna fall to a Nori.
That was the execute too.
Oh. I mean, look, looking at the items right now, that Apollo is going to get stronger. We know the Apollo is going to get stronger. He's going to be able to gain his items. But when you're going into a have enough early lead and an early game presence to be able to push that advantage to allow your jungler to help you push that tier into a place where there is no return. Now, are you going to be able to do that? Maybe, maybe not. There's kind of a janky little thing that can happen in the middle of the game. We'll see if it happens here. But it also is going to depend on what's going to happen with Loki. As I have lost my vision.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, give us 1 second. We'll try and figure this out.
Pausing the game. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. My OBS just completely went out.
All right, give us 1 second as we figure this out, because you are still broadcasting, but something's not going on. I believe game capture is the only capture he has right now.
Okay.
On that one.
Fixed it. Okay.
All right, so we are back. Okay, good.
I clicked on something that I definitely wasn't supposed to when I was
Stop clicking the pop-ups, man. I know she looks pretty, but stop clicking the pop-ups.
It's virusy anyway.
So again, a little bit more of a smack back and forth in the mid lane here, but you know, nothing's going to come from it. We're going to see the Fury Pit be a little bit of a contest. The lead comes out, trying to hit the
He's
impale.
almost got him.
Come out, and the Loki's just gonna survive. Why can't you kill the Loki? Come on. Sorry, Cyber, I love you, but
You're
playing a god I can't stand, so... I don't want to see you die, but I want to see you die. Apollo gonna proxy the wave here. He is going to mez out the tier, but the tier is going to just push him under tower. The dash is going to come out. Ooh, there goes Atticus falling by the hands of Inori. The ult's going to come out by the tier. That is a very low Apollo. And here comes the Loki. The ult is going to be called, but it's not going to be in time. And Ori is going to fall. So again, a return as Atticus falls in one area, but Ori falls on the other side. Yeah, this one is very even, despite what it looks like. It is very, very even right now, all things considered. Good duel here in the duo lane.
A monument to my opulence.
As, ooh, Fields of Love coming out. Feed's going to be used by the On-Her to get out of there in time. Faking the back, the pink's going to come out as we do see the Erlang coming over, but it looks like Erlang is just going to be used. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that On-Her is just standing there chucking things over into the side there. They are going to be able to pick up the invade the purple buff.
He definitely knew Erlang was over there taking the buff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Loki! The Loki!
And the Loki dies!
Yes, the Loki dies! There's the shutdown! As Bops is gonna pick up the Loki, the ult being used. Goodbye. See you later. Have some gray screen, Cyber. Oh, Mega Bulldog is gonna fall in the solo lane. Changa is going to survive a little bit longer. Atticus is not going to be able to pick up the damage there. And again, Apollo just doing what Apollo does best in the solo lane here. And I honestly, one of the things that I'm going to... So you had your hot take last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have my hot take on this one.
Let's hear it.
Apollo as a solo laner is one of the best things. If you have someone who can play Apollo really well, the Apollo solo lane is one of the best things ever. You have a built-in split pusher in a lane where he is by himself, gaining gold and experience as quickly as he possibly can, so that he can gain his items quickly. And when he is desperately needed, and he has that level buff, that level lead on everybody else in the game, because again, we're talking solo lane here.
Mm-hmm.
He can use that global ultimate to influence the rest of the map in a very quick way.
I like
I
it.
really like Apollo solo. And again, I was an Apollo solo main when I first started the game. So that's why I really, really liked them. That was back when hunters
Yeah.
were played all the time.
And look at this.
It was like, oh, hunter is the best class in the game. Well, okay, hunter is still best class in the game, but you know, whatever.
This is such an even game right now.
It is. I mean, it's negligible. XP difference, 43, 18.
But the gold difference is nothing either.
Gold difference is a K. I mean, that's half an item, not even half an item. Ooh, as Sacrificial Pit is going to pick up Neptune there. So again, and we've seen this a couple of times, Neptune getting caught out. On this Achilles now, last time it was the Jing Chen, now it's the Achilles.
Oh!
6. Oh, what a kill! What a kill!
Somebody clip it.
The honor! The smack, the dash, the goodbye, the B goes buzz buzz. Oh, come on! And now the Loki's gotta ruin it. Because of course, because why? He's a Loki.
Oh no.
Oh, as the ult is going to come out, that is the execute by the Ao Kuang.
Oh, why didn't the Alpine
He's
land
gonna
on
show
him?
up once again. Look at that damage coming out onto the Merlin. He's gonna have to teleport away.
Nice.
That is gonna be a lot of damage. Excellently done. And again, here comes the Loki. Can we just like
ban Loki. Permaban him.
ban Loki for life? Just you know, put him in the ban list. Inori goes down. Neptune goes down again. Let's be honest, this is becoming a little disconcerting for me.
Goon Squad stole that. Oh.
That was a beautiful pick. And the ult comes out. Look at the obelisk. Look at that.
Oh no.
That was beautiful. A quick 2 kills. The turnaround under Ryan to Atticus. Wow. Pun install with the obelisk, just saying, nope, you ain't going anywhere. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, he found him! He found him!
Oh, get him. Get him, Apollo. Get him, Apollo.
Oh, nice.
Nope.
Oh, he's gonna ult for him. He's ult. No, he's going for him. Yeah, he wanted him.
Yes. Okay, there is Cyber Nuck here. He is going to be able to dash past the tier and get the Mez.
Nice blink
All
with
going to
it.
be used, but Ao Kuang's already here. So the Erlang is here. The damage isn't going to be enough, but again, tier is going to show up, and that is going to be Ori falling once again. Ooh, that was a good bit of damage there by the Apollo, or I'm sorry, by the Achilles.
Yeah.
And he is now zoning out both the tier, who's going to go back to lane now. That was not bad by Neptune there. And I was going to say, something that does concern me a little bit on this Achilles is that
no.
he is 0-5 and 6.
And pun install just peeked right around the corner, impaled the purple buff and stole it.
I saw that.
I was like, oh no. This is so unfortunate.
And now he has pin size and wait a second, what in the world is he building there?
Who again?
Is that what I think it is?
Oh, he's building Titan's Bane.
I was gonna say, is he building Titan's Bane? Okay. Alright.
Okay,
Oh.
I don't really understand. Like, for what defense? None of them are, like, you have a little bit of physical protections coming from the tier, but nobody's building physical defense right now. What are you building it for?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it used to be the go-to item for
Hold on, maybe
for pen.
maybe Boomhev knows something. He says, Boomhev, is this the Panda Cat build? Is that what you're saying?
It might be. Now I will say, and this is something that I really like here. So the passive on the Titan's Bane is your first physical ability. Ooh, as there is a pickup kill by Rai on the Cupid. That is going to be a gank over in the duo lane. So you have a fight for the mid lane here. And that is going to be sacrificial pit on the Merlin picking up the Apollo.
Nice immunity from Changa on the Erlang ult.
Utilized very, very well. Again, this is a swirling fight in the mid lane. Pop it up, go down. The Achilles picks up a kill. The sacrificial pit's going to pick up a Nori on the back end. That is more damage coming out. The execute is going to be missed. Again, more damage being used, and the Achilles is just going to, uh-oh, on the back end, here comes the Loki. And the Changa's gonna get out!
No, he's not.
No! The immunity used, the damage comes out, and that's gonna be a clean sweep as the Loki gets the kill, and the Achilles is going to fall as well. Now, as I was going to say, the Titan's Bane, I kind of see what he's doing here on her, because the passive ability on it is the first ability cast gets 20% physical pen. So every 10 seconds, your impale gets a 20% physical pen.
Okay, so let's
Plus,
okay,
everything you have has 20% physical pen.
Okay, so okay, like I just don't think it's I just don't think it's needed. I'm not a carry main by any means.
I understand what he's going for. I just think Executioner gets you a little bit better overall pen, but I also think that it gives you a little bit more power in the end as well. Because Titan's Bane got 40 physical power. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it gives 40 physical power, 20% pen, and it gives you an extra 10% pen on your first ability or whatever it is.
Yeah, Boom is saying it's a better Dom, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% taken with the build.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
that's just me.
I agree with you on the Executioners. I think the Executioner would have gone a little better into what he's doing. He's building attack speed, so why not just all in on the attack speed? And your basics with the Anher's passive lower physical protection, so you might as well put the Executioners on top of it. You're gonna get that. Yeah. You're gonna get that less protections from your basics because of your attack speed. Much more than your abilities, unless you're really wanting your ult to hit that much harder.
Well, but the ult isn't going to really hit that much harder anyways, because even if you're popping that one off with it, I don't know if it applies to every single javelin thrown, because it is multiple.
So your first ability cast gains 20% physical. This can only cast. It's still an ability. It's the entire ability. So I think it would like go off each spear.
But again, we're talking 20% pen. We're not talking about a bonus in physical damage or anything like that. We're just talking about pen.
Yeah.
And a bonus 20% pen.
Yes.
So, because I mean, look at what you're on. Look what's on the other side right now. You're gonna have to get through what, Oni's? Fridwin?
Yeah,
I mean,
Oni Pridwin and a breastplate. That's it.
yeah.
It's
It really ain't worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, yeah, I see there's the chin. I see the build there, but I would rather see more of either an executioner or, and this is me being me, and I know people don't like this build, and I know it might be a little bit too much of a hybrid for what's going on here, as Ori is going to pick up another kill. But I can see Rage being effective here as well. Just get that bonus damage. You already know that you're not going to have to worry about the pen. You have pen in your build right now. You know, get something a little bit more. As Cyber's going to pick up a Nori, and again, multiple kills coming out. That is going to be ultimately a 3 for 2. As Ori and a Nori are going to fall, and Omega Bulldog, Sacrificial Hit, and Cyber fall on the side of Gloria at Mortem.
Yep. I really, oh, we have a pause. So, going, back to build, I also wanted to point out, I never pointed out that Chonga never picked up a starter item.
Yes, correct.
And we're gonna fast forward through this pause because we're the ones that are behind. Okay. And we are caught up. Maybe.
Looks like we are.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so definitely I need to get a few more opinions on what a Chonga build actually is, because you can build her in so many different ways that it's kind of nuts. Right now, Chonga has the capped cooldown. 20%, 30, 40. And with the Chronos Pendant, you have a lot of cooldown. It's really good. I've been seeing mid laners go Boomba's Hammer. People think I'm nuts, but I've been seeing it. So if you have that much cooldown already, you're probably not going to go into the Boomba's Hammer. You're probably going to go into the Sundering Axe, or probably even altogether forego the starter item, because let's just say you just don't really want it, because and you're just gonna build up some straight up items for what you want. Because she's going into a Lotus Crown. Yeah, that's for sure. So what's after that? So what's after that? You're gonna skip a starter item to go right up to Hootie? Because I think that's your only other choice instead of Rod of Asclepius.
Yeah, I think Rod would definitely be better here, because you don't need the pen. There's no reason to go Obsidian Shard.
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting hammered, so Void Stone is kind of worthless as well.
Well, I mean, you do have to fight through an Oni's garb. So some more pen would not be bad. You're fighting through, let's see, 60 protections plus the 3% damage mitigation, and so 60 90% or 90 magic protections.
Yeah. And you've already got a Divine Ruin, you've already got a Spear as well.
Yes, but that's 10 flat pen plus 10% pen. 20% of 90 is 18. plus another 10 flat pen. So you'd be shredding 28 protections of that 90.
Yeah, so the Oni is still there, essentially. You're taking away the Prid, but your Oni is still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could. Okay, so Obshard could be okay into that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Works the same way as Titan's Bane.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be, which I don't think would be bad on Changa. Yep, looks like Changa's gonna go into the rod. But an extra, hold on a second. So it's an extra 20% on top of the 20% pen that you're already getting on the ability cast, and so that could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. Situational of it. Situationally, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going. Yeah, that looks like it's probably going to be. Yeah, that's going to be a rod. Okay, so. Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. We'll see what happens. Because I mean, it's going to come down to as Gloria Mortem does pick up Pyro without a fight. It's going to come down to who is she going to hit first. Not necessarily who is she going to hit harder, it's who's she going to hit first. What is the target selection going to be? Because, I mean, if she's going up against a tier, yeah, it's going to suck. But if you go up against a Loki, if you go up against, you know, Merlin, and again, hey, look, we just saw the tier, you know?
Yeah.
As the tier does get cut out, that is a fair amount of damage.
And
wow.
Changa misses the ult. So that's one ult down for 2 in that fight, actually. And but their ults are almost up, are almost back up though. Well, actually, I should say that Merlin doesn't count. I saw that one go down. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
he's just a switcher.
Yep.
I would maybe like to see them try to group up a little bit, not get picked off by this Loki. If the Loki shows up, they burn him. But I think Gloria is going to need Tyr and Erlang to engage so that Loki can engage too, more safely.
I think honestly, I see Goon Squad's key to victory here doing what Jet was attempting to do last game, which is find the one person that you can pick. Once you get the pick, now turn it into a 4v5 team fight.
Exactly.
Turn it into something that you can work with. Jet was able to do it a little bit, but was getting into those big 5v5 team fights, and now we're getting into another one now. As looking at 4v4 right now, let's see if somebody gets into it, as Inori's gonna fall. The Loki is going to get zoned away a little bit. That is going to be another one picked up, though.
The pillar just trolled. The pillar just trolled him so hard. The pillar blocked the Achilles ult.
Oh, you hate to see it because it was so close. Let's see if the Honor is going to be able to pick up this one, and he will. So as of right now, that does mean it is a... Oh. Spot Install does pick up Cyber as well. So that does mean that this is a 4 for 3, make it a 5 for 3, as the Dia side comes out. That is sad to see, but now that does mean that Rai and Omega are going to start up this Fire Giant over 30 minutes in, so it is Enhanced Fire Giant as well.
Yeah.
And if they can stall this out a little bit longer, maybe they can get a few more bucks here. No, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to have Fire Giant EFG on 3 right now.
Yeah. If they wait that 10 seconds, then Alquan and Achilles are there. And
Yep.
you've lost the chance to take it.
Yep. I mean, already it's they're already being pushed as it stands
Yeah.
because the Apollo's already here.
Mhm.
So, and again, I mean, Goon Squad's been quick to pick up on some of these things. But like we saw in the last game, Gloria at Mortem had the picks, was able to do well, but when it came to team fighting, that the team fight was a little bit discombobulated. Now, it's kind of going the other way. Goon Squad gets into the team fights, but it doesn't really have that CC or that momentum to keep the team fight going to finish off the kill. And Gloria at Mortem's getting better at that. Ooh, as he's gonna have a couple of kills here. Back and forth. Goodbye, Loki. Hooray. Goodbye, Ori. And Ori is going to pick up
Oh,
Simon.
man.
Oh, what a good one. That's the Achilles going down. Rise on a rampage. Sorry, I'm a little behind right now, but that is a good push, and that's going to be a push all the way down into the Phoenix, most likely here. Again, 3 people up with EFG buff. Couple of seconds left on that one. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it in. Ooh, blink in the here. Tossing it back and forth. That is going to be one dead kitty cat. Bye-bye on her.
And that could be game.
As well as, and there's another deicide. And that is going to be the left-hand Phoenix done. The Titan is going to be under attack. The Apollo's the first to come up. Another 2 seconds left for this Achilles. But it's not going to be enough time, and Gloria at Mortem picks up game number 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to a game 3 here. Goon Squad versus Gloria at Mortem. Game 2 victory for Gloria at Mortem.
Wow. We're going to game 3. GG's.
Ooh, GG's all around. Loki 14, 6, and 6. Come on, man.
Ban Loki. Ban him.
Oh.
That was the deal breaker for this game. Was him picking Loki. Easily.
Yep.
Too many picks. Too many picks.
Yep.
Okay. I give Cyber MVP for this game. Easy.
Yep. Yeah, I think Cyber's got to be my MVP. Game number 2.
He just did way too much.
Yeah.
In this game, that just affected all the team fights.
Yep.
So many Loki ults ended in kills. Every time he ulted, somebody was dead. Guaranteed.
Not only that, but every time he went invisible, the first thing he did was find, and this is quite telling, the first thing he did was find bops. The Chang'e was unable to free cast. The Chang'e was unable to do hardly anything in the game. And, I mean, player damage, puts it out there. 14k player damage for big bops. Wasn't able to do much.
Yeah.
I mean, in a Chang'e, you're expected to at least get the ult out. You're expected to at least do something, and you just can't.
And we are queued to spectate again. Okay. Gonna take a short break, and we will see everybody back here when the game starts.
Stream 85 plus live channels with
We going in?
Yep, let's do this.
We're back. Oh man. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so wow, first ban is a Yanis. I would have thought it would have been a Loki. I was wrong.
You might want to switch over to
Oh, you're
pick
right.
some bands.
Yep, sorry about that.
So hello everyone, we are back getting ready for game number 3. First ban is a Giannis, second is the
thank you.
Apollo, third the Donza, fourth the Scylla. I am Red Stamper 23. Joining me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hercules. He is my number 2 and camera operator for this evening. Woot woot, there he is. So we have a 1-to-1 set right now going into game number 3. Gloria at Mortem versus Goon Squad. Guan Yu being taken off the table now for
Oh
Gloria at
no.
Mortem.
Okay.
See what
They
Goon
gotta
Squad
ban
wants
it.
to respond with here.
They banned Tiamat
They
over
banned
the
Tiamat again.
instead of Loki. If they Cyber better pick Loki again. Or pick Set. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you just pick Loki again and just ram it down him, but Set's good.
Who's the better Loki right now? That would be the Set.
Yeah. But I thought Cyber really made such a huge impact on that game as Loki that there was no reason not for him to pick it again.
Yeah, I getting 14 kills. I mean,
It's pretty hard
being
carry.
being the primary reason your team wins the game. Yeah.
Unless Omega is going Set solo.
I highly doubt that.
Yes,
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I'm giving a 95% chance of that not happening.
As the Wukong now going to be locked in, as well as the Anher. So this is another one, pun install on the Anher. And the Heimdall now going to be taken by Gloria at Mortem.
I don't really like that for this reason. If Rai goes into one of the crystals to teleport, what if he gets impaled?
Mm-hmm.
Or if he gets jumped on, he can get displaced 2 different ways from Anher. I don't think that's the right call. I think going with the Cupid again or something else could have been a better call.
Actually 3, because he could actually obelisk you out of your crystal as well.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he can just throw the obelisk up and you're just SOL and JWF.
Yep. As Tsukiyomi going to be picked up and Achilles picked up for Gloria at Mortem. Next round of bans, we have the Sobek being taken away. And the Kepri. All right. So again, the Kepri being used. Try and keep people alive, but interesting. Let's see what the response is going to be here for band number 5. The Hercules is going to be taken away. And the Thoth going away. Taking another mid laner off the table. Although, right now we've seen Big Bops play 2 Hunters. Or sorry, no, I take that back. Big Bops played the Chang'e in game number 2. So yeah, let's see what happens here, because as we get into the next round of pick, interesting.
Tsukiyomi, I don't hate it. And I think it's a little interesting how they went with the Achilles. taking it away from actually, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
the
yes.
Achilles,
Yeah,
the
they
Achilles was played by Neptune last game.
that's right, that's right. Yeah, yeah, they take it away from Goon Squad.
Mm-hmm. Is Merlin going to be picked up one more time for Sacrificial Pit? And that is a Cerberus. I highly doubt it's going to be a Cerberus solo, but weirder things have happened so far. Even in this game, weirder things have happened. But yeah, Cerberus.
I love
Let's
it.
see, oh.
Do it. Oh, and the Ganesh.
There it is. That's a Ganesh. The oft-maligned four-armed pachyderm from down by Pakistan. And Disco going to be picked up by Big Bops. All right. So very, very interesting lineup here. This one is going to be spicy. Just looking at draft, what do you think, Kirk?
I gotta give it to Gloria. I like their comp just a little bit better. Heimdall set. Merlin, Ganesh, Achilles just sounds so solid. But it just sounds just a little bit better to me right now. I can't really explain why. Because Goon Squad could easily take this too. I am also not a big fan of Disco. So that's probably why.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to also go with Gloria and Mortem on this one. For one reason, well, for a couple reasons, but this is my primary one. And by the way, you do need to switch the blue and red names again.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
But if we look at what that Goon Squad lineup is supposed to do, we have a Sun Wukong, which pokes. We have an Anher, which is a single target character. Okay, a single target god. Tsukiyomi, designed to dive. We have a Cerberus who has a little bit of an AoE, ult, tries to pull things in, that kind of a thing. But, I mean, to be honest, it's it's primarily a poke comp. I'm gonna go with primarily a poke comp.
Yeah.
Poke comps can work, but when you look at a team fight, it's not. It's usually not as good team fighting.
Yes. Cheers.
Look at Mortem. Cheers. When I look at Gloria at Mortem's squad, I see a team fight. I can see the front to back. I see an execute. I see a dive. I see the AoE out of Merlin. I see the silence and the pillars coming out of Atticus. I see an amazing amount of damage, especially in the late game with Heimdall.
Minions have
I can see the easy victory conditions for Gloria at Mortem. Goon Squad, if you want this set, you gotta work for it. You're gonna have to work for it.
I agree with you. I think the one thing that Goon Squad is going to have to watch out for is if they use the Sukiyo, then he is going to have to be careful that Ganesh is not sitting right there ready to ult you and silence you. I really like the use of the Heimdall teleport going from red buff to purple buff. It gets them that basically guaranteed level 2.
Yep, and it sets him up so much better in that lane, especially when you're going up against an Anher, early game pressure. You're going up against Cerberus, which you know can generate good pressure in lane. And frankly can just be annoying. So getting that little bit of extra with the Heimdall early is very important and very good.
I've actually never seen Omega play Achilles, so I'm excited for this.
I think I've seen it once.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
And the first blood from Rye.
First blood. Goodbye, Neptune. That is going to be a Cerberus sitting on the front porch to start.
First blooded. Dreo, yes. Game 3. Don't let your phone die next time, please. And game 2 was definitely close. Oh yeah, at least I'd say it was close.
Yeah, there were a couple of things where you were kind of, it was turning on its head.
Intriguing. I guess that's a word for it.
Sure. Ooh, a lot of damage coming out. Attic is very, very low on this Ganesh.
That's very sad.
Right, Dip is an unstoppable force. I don't know, Goon Squad was able to stop it at the very beginning. They did pick up game 1. Gloria at Mortem did pick up game 2, however.
Yeah, they're looking for this blue buff invade. They have the secure for it, and they get it too.
Uh-oh. Now the question is going to be, if they want it.
Oh dang it! I couldn't catch it.
On the blue pawn. They are going to pick it up though. Goon Squad is going to be able to get that. Oh, an Omega Bulldog is going to fall. Sorry, you just saw that.
Smacked in the face.
Okay.
Warming up game 2. We talked about this time pick game 3.
Hey, there we go. Warm-ups is always good.
Yeah, sure.
We'll go with that, right? And
Oh, the shift is on. Ganesh and the set going after the purple buff. Let's see if Serb is going to be able to stop this. Nope, he's not going to. But he is going to get caught out, tossed up, jumps away. That is not going to be able to pick him up, however. That's a lot of pressure, and Anher's going to have to jump to safety.
yeah, and that is on her beat. So the next time they come for a gank, he is SOL. Nice use of the tiger stun.
Doing what solo laners do.
You know the Larry David meme? Where he says, F you and I'll see you tomorrow. You know? Yeah, there's another one where it's like solo laners, where it shows Larry David as teleport. And it's Larry David saying, fuck you and I'll see you in 10 seconds.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh man. Okay, so
I always have to scratch my head on these early pickups, especially in the duo lane. Because if you look at the ADCs right now, as we've got the ult coming out. Ooh, good knockup there and good damage as the Ganesh is going to use the Dharmic Pillars. That is going to be a kill. That is going to be a duo, a double kill for Inori on the Tsukiyomi. And that is going to be a quick pickup there. 4-1 our kills in favor of Goon squad, who seem to be liking this red side a lot more than the blue side that they had last time.
And once again, Rye is just, he is able to get this slight lead on this carry roll. The disco ult is off its mark and won't connect on the set. He'll teleport out, and hopefully Rye will be following suit and getting back himself. Otherwise, he's going to get 4-man rotated on. But yeah, as I was saying, Rye's able to get this small lead in the carry roll on his Gauntlet of Thieves stacks. I learned this last season that if you're down on those Thieves stacks, your boxing potential is just going way down each stack that passes by.
Oh, Devo's Gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly.
I can handle the heat. Can you?
Yeah, and that is something that if you're gonna pick a stackable item like Devo's, or even Transcendence, gaining those stacks is of utmost importance. If you're down by 10 or down by 15, that could be a handful of damage that means you winning or losing a boxing match. And if you lose a boxing match, more often than not, you're dead. That's just the way it works in duo lane.
Yeah.
No funny
And so
business.
those little advantages.
Ooh.
As we're gonna see, Ori is gonna end up picking up Omega over in the solo lane. And that's gonna be another kill on that solo lane, and Omega falls behind again rather quickly, two levels behind the Sun Wukong.
I clicked on Ganesh and I just and the next thing I see is just him not moving, staring at a wall.
Yep. Yep. But that's Atticus. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
And again, boxing again, but look, and again, Achilles is going to come out the loser of the boxing match. And, sacrificial pit, getting the pick off.
That was so much Ganesh damage.
That is just crazy. Goodbye.
The Ganesh damage was nuts on that.
I was gonna say, that was a Ganesh kill.
Yeah.
That went over to Sacrificial Pit. So Sacrificial Pit gets the benefit of 2 there. But that was definitely a Ganesh kill on that second.
Yeah, what happened was she hit Aegis. And then Ganesh threw up all Discordia Aegis. And then Atticus was able to dash and catch Disco right on the edge of that ult, and just be able to melt Big Box.
I was supposed to be immortal.
As again, Inori on this Tsukiyomi getting another one. And again, look who the victim is. It's Omega.
Yeah. Right now, Omega has down 3 levels to the Sun Wukong, 2 to the jungler, 2 to the mid laner, 2 to the carry. He is not going to be able to be all that tanky coming into this mid game.
And I mean, I hate to say it at this point, but this looks a lot like Game 1. Remember what was happening Game 1. The advantages that were being used, the advantages being utilized, I should say, was Gloria at Mortem getting pushed back in the solo lane, trying to push in the duo lane. So now, again, Rye's going to have to try and push in that duo lane. He's going to try and invade this purple buff, but we'll see what happens. Is it going to be able to... Is that going to be an effective thing in this game? Or is Omega Bulldog just going to be so behind, that it's going to end up being a non-factor? That's going to be a big problem, as the ult come out, both the Dark Pillars and the Tsukiyomi ult being used. That is going to be a Merlin finally falling. And Nori is going to be able to get out, he's going to be able to survive, but someone else who is not going to be able to survive the set is going to pick up the disco.
Killing spree! I thought I protected
Ooh!
you.
And Bulldog's going to fall again! That is going to be another kill to the Wukong.
And now a 4-level lead coming into the solo lane. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop this Wukong.
They've got to stop the bleeding somehow.
I don't care. And get a 5-man rotation onto this Sun Wukong. Do something. He's hurting.
Bulldog is 0-5-0. And I don't think it's ultimately because the Achilles is being too aggressive. I mean, he needs to do what he needs to do in order to farm. You have to.
Yes.
But at the same time, if you're not being allowed to farm, you need to have some support from somewhere. That means your set has to get involved. And I see rotating plenty into the duo, plenty into the mid, but I've yet to see that set in the solo lane. Maybe once I've seen him in the solo lane.
Or at minimum send Ganesh over there. Let Sacrificial can survive on its own. He has a teleport option. Like at least send over the Ganesh maybe to harass him a little bit. I mean, if you send the Ganesh over, you're not gonna kill him, which is fine.
A good amount of damage coming out, and the disarm is going to be used by the Tsukiyomi. Oh,
And they'll trade.
The auto! The distance auto, it does go both ways. The Sacrificial Pit is going to pick up the return onto Nori. But what a beautiful shot there, going both ways.
He spoke from the disco. That was some damage.
Wow, that was about half an inch away from being an amazing amount of damage onto that set and getting that kill. As the tier 1 tower will finally fall in the face of Gloria at Mortem, this one is just... I mean, aside from the Merlin, I can see this one slowly starting to slip away. Not great. I mean, it's not going to be huge, but you got a Wukong that's 3-0-3. You have a Tsukiyomi that's, you know, 4-1.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Can you keep up with
The Sun Wukong stole the red. That is so unfortunate. That's got to be super frustrating.
Yeah. But as I was going to say, you have a 3-0-3 with a 3-level lead Wukong. You have a 4-1-4 Tsukiyomi with 2 levels.
Yeah.
I mean, you give 2 levels back in the mid lane, but the ADCs are the same, and you're almost breaking even with your supports. I mean, there is a slight advantage in favor of Nash, but I mean, is the advantage of Goon Squad going to be able to sustain Goon Squad in the long run? Right now, it is. But we'll see what happens, because we're about to start getting into that team fight time. So we'll see where that team fight, if the team fight does come out, or if the snowball is too strong. Goon Squad, again, needs to get those picks. They have that ability to get the picks. Uh-oh. Speaking of getting the picks, there's a Nori picking up another one on the Cyber, and that is one dead Sand.
Yeah. As you said,
Goon Squad picks up Gold Fury too.
yeah, all right. As you said, it's about team fight o'clock. So I don't think the level difference between Omega and Ori is going to be, it's going to make the biggest difference in the world. I at least expect, see, with that tower, now Omega's only one level behind. He's getting his blue buff invaded, but he's only one level behind. This is much better than the 2.25 level that he was behind earlier. I guess he is still 2 levels behind, but he's even with the mid laner. He's 1 behind the carry.
Just keep in watch.
It's like, for him dying 5 times and having 0 assists, it could be, I guess, worse.
It could. I mean, technically, when looking at items, Wukong is literally a chain shirt buff. You know, it's not an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, let's look at net worth.
Same time, I mean, yeah, if you're looking at it, your top 2 is a Tsukiyomi and a Wukong. That was fully expected.
Yeah.
Fully.
So, Wukong is at 10,001. So he has just shy of a 2,000 gold lead on him.
Ooh, Dharma Killer's coming out. Pun install. The dash. The dive.
Double kill.
But that is going to be Atticus falling.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate for Atticus. Basically, Rai just had to ditch him. There was absolutely no saving him from that 4-man rotation. That could be one of the frustrating things about support. It's just like you see your carry leave, and you're like, I understand. I still love you.
Yeah.
And that was beats from Merlin. Didn't even hit the stun on him. Oh,
yeah,
they're on fire.
It was enough. All it was enough. Goon Squad is on fire. We'll see if they're going to be able to do this as... Yep,
they're giving it up.
Like Achilles is going to be... Yep. Achilles is going to be zoned away.
We are...
And with the fire falling...
Unfortunately, we are almost at that point of no return, that 5k gold difference. Especially with Goon Squad having a fire giant here, it's going to be a hell of a task coming back from this. Basically, the Sun Wukong, you just have to run away from him now. There is absolutely nothing you can do about him now. He's at top of the net worth. He's big. He's bad. He's got male renewal now too. So good luck. Killing him.
Yeah. Tsukiyomi's at 4 full items. Wukong's at 4 full items. Anher just got to his 4 full items. I mean, this is getting desperate for Gloria at Mortem, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like using words like that because you can always see there's a turn. There's always the ability to twist.
Yes.
It's a 4K difference on both. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because, picking up a Fury, that can cut it down.
Yes.
Picking up 2 or 3 kills, that can cut it way down. So we've seen the team fight be the huge factor in the swing. And as of right now, Goon Squad hasn't really had a team fight much. But just as I say that, here we go. The Dharma Killer's coming out. There's 3 members here, but it's 3-on-1. And Atticus is going to go down again. Again, it's a pick. It's not a team fight. It's a pick.
Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Here's another one. There's 5 of them right there. Achilles is a long gone. He's ulting out. He might get out. He will get out.
He's going to get out. Yep.
Oh,
Disco
no.
ult was just off, too.
Oh, man. Yeah, they get the disco ult onto Heim, I believe it was. And yeah, they're going to 5-man group and basically do the typewriter, but they're going backwards. They're going right to left. They're left. Yeah. Or I guess they're left.
space race as well.
Gets me on deck
As
faster.
Heimdall's going to get out of dodge, the tier 2 is going to fall. They're going to push forward. The set is headed towards the Phoenix on the other side, but the Tsukiyomi is going to be there to push him away. But again, Goon Squad is going to retreat, even though they have a five-member Fire Giant. They're going to back away. They're going to take the tier 2. They're going to reset. They're going to look for the next push.
Yeah. They'll probably go to the tier 1 next.
Just to say that, the Heimdall here is going to try and at least take his purple buff. Again, trying to gain what farm he can, dropping a ward over by the Gold Fury. Again, 3,700, 3,600, so it's not like it's insurmountable, but Gloria and Mortem need to kind of push the advantage, or I should say, find what advantage that they can, and then push that advantage, as the Oni Fury does fall now. But Gloria and Mortem's going to return it with a tower, so that's going to be the tier 1 solo falling. Goon Squad's going to keep pushing here. That is going to be the tier 1 Zeo lane going bye-bye.
Oh no,
The
Atticus.
Impale does come out. Goodbye, Atticus. And that is going to be one dead elephant.
That was-
Goodbye. See you later.
That was very unfortunate having from Atticus.
Yep. Good serve ult there, kind of numbed everyone out. Their objective is not the team fight, their objective is as Seth's gonna pick one up though. There is gonna be a return kill and a couple more returns. Wow, okay.
Killing spree.
And that is going to be 4 quick kills. The Disco is the only one left now.
That was her beads.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a triple kill for Rye, and that is a deicide now. 23
Wow.
seconds without anybody, 30 without a carry. This one's gonna be tough. Let's see what Gloria at Mortem can do. And again, what was I just saying? It's the team fight. You gotta worry about the team fight.
Yeah.
Guess what? Comes Gloria at Mortem with the team fight.
I think priority number 1 is get Omega to level 20 as quick as you can. You have to catch up to the Sun Wukong as quick as you can.
Yep.
And that's going to be a very easy Fire Giant.
Very, very easy Fire Giant.
Get the Pyro. There you go. No, get the Pyro. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah,
They just
Fire
walked
Giant.
out.
Yeah, Fire Giant. What are they going to do? Fight you?
Well, and to be honest, they don't have the wards there either. I'm looking around and I do not see the wards by Gloria and Mortem in that area. So they grabbed the Fire Giant and left, and they had no clue where Goon Squad was.
I mean, with 5 of them there, that Pyro is at 24 minutes into this game is easy as dead.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, and now you give Goon Squad the XP and the gold.
Yep.
I don't really like that, but you know what? It's fine though. We don't need no stinking pyros.
So again, 5 from Goon Squad joined up in the mid lane here. 4 from Gloria at Mortem. The set is off to the side, trying to look for some sort of an advantage to jump in when he can.
Rye has the same build as last game going on. Going back to that Titan's
Yeah,
Bane.
correct.
I need to find out where he got this Titan's Bane idea from.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too, because, I mean, because here's the thing, if he goes dominant,
He's gonna be swinging.
yeah, Yeah, if he goes dominance, he gets 15 more power. He gets more pen on his base. He gets more pen on his base, not his abilities. But Heimdall in the late game relies more on his basic than his abilities. So I don't see the Titan's Bane being the right call here. Maybe that's me, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Man, this is a crazy
I
fight.
can see the dominance. I can see a rage maybe if you wanted to go crit, but Inori is going to pick up one. Let's see if they did overstay their welcome.
Goon Squad has turned this around.
Goodbye, Omega. So now Fire Giant's only on 3.
That's a blink from Suki, but he's not going to find anything for it.
Nope, nothing there. Now there is a set and a Merlin over here. That is a good pillar. The Impale is going to come off and miss its mark a little bit.
I think they're getting a little overzealous.
Oh, are they going to be? Yes! The Inori is... Nope, he's going to fall. That was definitely too much. Overextended by Inori. And Merlin's going to find himself another kill.
Yeah. I think that was a little overzealous there, because what you reach up to him, then you're at a 2v1. They still have Fire Giant. Are you really that confident you're going to kill one of them? And if you kill one of them, you're probably dead to the tower.
And it ended up more as a 3v1, because not only were you 2v1 there, but the mid lane was coming over too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand you want to chase, I understand you want to pursue, but that was very much an over pursue, and you're giving away the slim advantage that you currently hold. So, I mean, kills is 17 to 11 now. Almost everybody's at level 20. You got to find what advantages you can. And it looks like Primal Fury is going to go down one more time here. As look at the XP swing. Look at the goal difference now. It's basically even. So, that kill there, and the momentum now that Gloria at Mortem is getting after that kill, troll or not, it's still not a good thing. It was just an absent-mindedness. I'm going to put it as that. It's an absent-mindedness, a greedy play by Inori, and it allows Gloria at Mortem not only back into the game, but even with a slight advantage now.
Let's see. Player damage. There we go. I'm really not all that thrilled that Nep is bottom of the player damage as Serb. I think although he's gone pure tank with the build. Instead of a Stone of Fall, I would have liked to see the Mail of Renewal. He's not going to be basic attacking that many people probably.
Yeah. I mean, I can see, because Stone of Fall was his early item.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can understand that if you're in lane or if you're working on something, that's fine for then, but you're not going to get a great advantage. You're not going to get a good enough advantage this late in the game for having that early in the game.
Yeah.
Mail of Renewal maybe a little bit later would have been fine, but again, he was building other things to compensate for who was doing damage at the time. So,
wow.
one thing I am a little surprised about.
Stole that.
Look where the set is.
Yeah.
And Gloria Mortem took the pyro. Oh, I didn't even see that before. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm flipping back and forth between this and the screen because I'm getting the pixelation again. So I'm
unfortunate.
Yep, unfortunate on my part. Ooh, good pick under the Achilles there. Good damage. Sacrificial Pit's gonna pick up Neptune again. Now we got a 5v4. The Dharmic Pillars are out. They are going to crumble away. But again, a lot of damage, and Goon Squad's gonna fall again, and that's Sacrificial Pit on a rampage. There goes Rye one more time.
And that's EFG.
River picks up another one, and that is EFG in favor of Gloria at Mortem. That is a 3-0 talking about? That whole, like, pick comp versus team fight comp?
Yeah.
And it looked like it was going to be a Gloria Mortem team fight comp. Well, just saying.
Yeah. If I were to fix the Serbs build a little bit, you get the Sentinel's Gift, you go Power Boots, Stone of Binding, you don't have to get the Stone of Fall. Like, then you go Mail of Renewal.
Okay.
Get rid of the Contagion. Get a Sovereignty. You don't need the Hide of the Nemean Lion. You want Genji's Guard? Fine. I won't argue against it. I prefer Oni Hunters, but Genji's is fine. If I was just to fix that a little bit, because with the Stone of Binding and Power Boots, your damage output is gonna be a little better, and you're still gonna get those protections that you want.
Yep.
Because right now, I just don't feel like his abilities hit hard enough for a Cerberus.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
It's 32 minutes into this game. You have 4,800 damage. So it's like you're either not fighting or there's something wrong with your build.
Yeah.
They're waiting around for this gold. I don't think it's an Oni Fury. Is it?
Oh, we're going to find out, as the picture does say Oni Fury.
It is an Oni Fury. Okay.
It is an Oni, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, if they're waiting just for a gold or primal, I would have been a little weirded out.
But now they have Oni Fury, they have EFG.
This makes stealing easy.
Yeah, this is going to be a team that is going to be very, very difficult to stop. 2 Phoenixes already down.
All ults are up, too.
Ults are up.
I think the better team fight, though, is Gloria. You know, if I was them, I would wait just a little bit. You have fire minions and fire Onis coming up. You can wait for just a little bit longer until those minions get there, and then you can go in.
Oh, but here they go. 5v5 team fight up in the clouds. He's going to jump down onto the back line. Dharma Killer's coming out. The old gonna find somebody. Finally, there it is. There's kill number 1, kill number 2. We got one in each way. Ori falls down, as does his Cyber. But now
That's
it's
game.
4, and that Titan is gonna fall. Gloria at Mortem picks up game number 3, and that's gonna be it for tonight. That's all she wrote, ladies and gents. Gloria at Mortem 2-1 over Goon Squad.
Good game.
Woo! That one swung back and forth. That one kept you on the edge of your seat. Ganesh and Achilles, both with 0 kills, but more the Ganesh for a reason.
Yes.
I hate to say it. Rai, great game. Awesome. Led the team in player damage. Went 5-0-6.
Yeah.
But the follow-up by Sacrificial Pit I think was better. To be honest.
Yeah. Sacrificial played out of his mind that game. The Merlin pick was really good. Had a really good steal on the pyro. Put out some really good player damage. And I also want to point out 14 words, 10, 14, 10, 12, 11, 6, 6. Like, we need just a little bit more ward coverage coming from a few more people, and that I think will help out the team just a little bit more. I think Goon Squad kind of threw a little bit. Personally, they had a huge lead, especially in the solo lane. They needed to abuse that. And just they let the game go on a little too late. They basically pulled um a team rival. They
Yeah.
they
Yep.
they let the Pittsburgh Knights into the game far enough to where they caught up, and they get a good fight and they win. Yeah,
and we've seen this over and over and over again. If you have a pick comp, if you have something that's a little bit off meta, if you get to the mid lane, to the mid game, and you have a very, very good chance of winning the game. You have a decent lead, you've built up good things, you're fighting for the objectives. That's all well and good, but if you don't win the game then and there, the team fight comp is going to own you.
yeah, it's
and
true.
That's what we see here. The pick comp, the little off meta things, what they needed, what they wanted, it worked well. But then at the end of the game, what is this game about? It's about the team working together to get the kills, to push the advantage, to get the Titan. That's what ended up happening. The team fight comp won. Dre, MVP is why I hit Rye. If you think differently, I don't know what you watched. Rye was great. I don't disagree with that. He was swinging for the fences, but
I'm giving
Sacrificial Pit was in better places at better times, in my opinion.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if it wasn't for Cyber, there wouldn't have been a game 3.
I also agree with that.
So take that. So take that so stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. So here we go. So we have our game 1, our game 2, and our game 3 MVPs.
Yes.
Who do you think is the set MVP now?
I'm still giving it to Cyber. I absolutely think because of him, because of him, Gloria had a chance. He did only go 3-3-7 with only 11,000 damage, but as I said, without him, there wouldn't have been a game 3. So automatically, by Cyber giving them the chance to win this game and being an overall good jungler, I'm giving him set MVP.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I understand.
Because he did it on a Loki, which just I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
The worst part is, I have to agree with you. I would say Rye played phenomenal. First game and third game,
Yeah.
Rye was good.
Yeah, he was great.
But without Cyber
playing Loki
things up, but without Cyber playing Loki in game 2 and setting things up in game 3, I don't think Gloria at Mortem wins either of those two.
Yeah.
And going from having a good game, doing what you need to do, to doing something that your team is not expecting so that you win the game, I think that puts you as MVP. So I'm giving my set MVP to Cyber.
There we go. By the way, I'm going to tag him in Gen Chat.
Both of these teams have holes to fill, have things to figure out, have pieces to put in place, heads to scratch. It just, things were a little discombobulated for Goon Squad, especially in game 2. In game 3, and this is no offense to them, but Neptune looked a little out of sorts. He wasn't in there as the frontliner as much. And I don't know if it's just because they're not coordinated enough. I know he's the new player on the roster, so maybe in the next couple of weeks that will kind of even itself out. But we kind of saw that in game 2 as well, where we're waiting for them to push. They have the fire giant buff, and we're waiting for them to push, and nobody wants to take that first step. I don't know what it's going to take for Goon Squad here to try and get a victory. They're good. They are good,
Yeah.
but it's going to be, I think drafting needs a little bit of work, and I think coordination needs some work. I think if there's a shot caller there, that shot caller needs to be clear in what needs to happen next.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what happened. I think it was a little muddied.
Yeah, I hope that they review the VOD and just see opportunities that can be made, and and I think that they'll do well for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. So GG's to Goon Squad and Gloria at Mortem. Week number 4, set 2 for the night. 3-game set. 2-1 Gloria at Mortem over Goon Squad. I have been Red Sniper 23. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, Hercules. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
Good night, guys.